Hey folks, I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. Now this is going to be a different segment here, Josh, because the first one is Obamacare. This one is Michael Cohen, okay? And we may not do the entire segment on Michael Cohen, but this one's going to be Michael Cohen and why I think he flipped. Now, I'll bring it up in a minute, but let's tell people how to comment. 706-889-9700. It is right here. I can see it right in front of me. It will light up so you can tell me you agree, disagree, whatever you want to say. 706-889-9700. And that's our 24/7 news hotline. And there's our email chief. Hey, I want to tell you how much I appreciate the email I received from Louisiana down there where you have been following everything on the murder in Fannin County, and I want to tell you how much I appreciate your email last night. If you are watching, I know you watched the other day, the show down there in Louisiana, but you were able to see all the social media ways and to send me an email. Now, I felt that your statements on the show were pretty bleak. Okay? I felt that your statements on the show Friday were pretty bleak. We need you and commentators like you to give us a reason to believe we can win. First of all, let me be very clear. Let me look in the camera and be very clear. I have not lost 1 ounce. Well, not physically. Obviously, you can see that. Let's enough on the fat jokes, okay? But I have not wavered in any way whatsoever of my support for the President of the United States. None whatsoever. That's a promise. Do I think he needs to serve 6 more years? Not in prison. Many of you might think. No, I don't mean serve 6 years in prison. But I do think he needs to be the President of the United States and be reelected. I think it's, you want to talk about bleak, I think it's the only hope we have. But we know we're reaching a climax, that 2-year point in the presidency, where they are determined this never happens again. All right? Now, the President of the United States put out a tweet, and we'll get back into it, but I want to go into Michael Cohen real quick. Okay. Let's go to number 1. This is what this show is about. And let me explain that to you. Sometimes I get into an opportunity where I go down and I work days on a subject. And I've done that, okay? We've done foreign policy. We've done different things that we broke down the subject. But the core thing that I enjoy doing to bring to you is to study the media. That's the core thing that I do, all right? I watched all the morning shows yesterday. My wife will tell you every Sunday, all right, I go outside and I start in the morning and I watch them all and I make notes and I look at the direction they're trying to lay out for the week. Then I get up at 4 a.m. I watch CNN, NBC, Fox, okay? Fox is comfort food for conservatives. I'm not saying they're bad, but, you know, they're ratings driven, okay? So they want conservatives to run over there to feel good, not to upset conservatives, but that's your safe place. Like a college campus for snowflakes want a safe place, okay? That's where conservatives go, Fox, to get their little safe place. Now, don't get mad at me. I'm not anti-Fox, all right? But what I do on a daily basis is watch the media run and carry the water all through the election. If we go through the election, everything that happened in that election, the media carried that water, moved the mantle, did everything they could, all right? I would bring it every day. Bleak is not me. Bleak is the collusion of the media carrying the water for the deep state that is taking place in front of your eyes, that I'm hoping that what we can translate bleak and what we could translate that, you know, I didn't sound very optimistic, was peeling something away. Now, this individual that sent the email is not necessary to peel away. This individual is really probably not necessary to get riled up. But I hope that the peel away from your eyes of what's going on, oh no, what they've said for 2 years that they're trying to do to this guy, all right, and get you worked up is there. Donald Trump said in his own words, the real scandal is the one-sided coverage. Every day here, every day. Thank you, Mr. President. I know you've been watching the show. The real scandal is the one-sided coverage, hour by hour. It's nonstop. Nonstop. They are in collusion with the deep state of networks like NBC and Democrat spin machines like Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live did It's a Wonderful Life and showed Donald Trump, okay, showed Donald Trump as if he would have never become president. How successful Kellyanne would be, how successful Sarah Huckabee Sanders would be, Kavanaugh, Brett Kavanaugh wouldn't be on the Supreme Court. How great it would be. What are all those people? What's on all those people's faces? He said, Donald Trump said, why, there are smiles, sir, because you were not elected. You see, there's no other comparisons. If back away. They want you to believe that if these two women that Michael Cohen, all right, said he paid off, if these two women would have been exposed, no pun intended, they have exposed themselves many a times. Boy, I'm just stepping right in. If these women would have been exposed in a whole different manner than usual, not as a Playboy centerfold or a dancer swinging around a pole, if they would have been exposed to be in a relationship with the President of the United States or then Donald Trump, candidate Donald Trump, he would not have won. He wouldn't have, is what they want you to believe. And on Saturday night, they're trying to say, look, live, they're trying to say Saturday Night Live, Mr. President, go home. You're not catching on. You're not catching on. Go home. He doesn't catch on is what they're saying. Go home. You're really not the president. You're not a legitimate president. And that's the bottom line. That's what they're trying to say. They're not saying that, there's nobody ever saying that if the DNC server would have been produced, if we would have found the 33,000 emails, if we would have exposed the collusion between Hillary and the dossier before the election, no, there's no discussing on whether maybe Donald Trump would have won Minnesota also, okay? Or maybe he would have won a different state, pick it also. But no, the collusion with the non-witch hunt collusion with the Russians, okay? So the real scandal is one-sided coverage hour by hour of networks like NBC, Democrat spin machines like Saturday Night Live. It is all nothing less than unfair news coverage and Dem commercials. It's the bottom line. Now, I watched, let me ask you a question, because, you don't have to. I do that. Just like you said, as a commentator, you want me to bring things. I got up at 3:30 this morning, and at 4 a.m., I watched Christine Roma and David Briggs grin. That little piece of garbage. He grins and laughs every time he gets to read a anti-Trump report on CNN, and I watch Fox bring in the morning, and then at 5 o'clock, I watch NBC. I'm going to show you right here. And I watch it all the way up sometimes to 7 o'clock. Morning Joe, sometimes I can take for an hour. Sometimes I can't take 20 minutes of it. Not one word, folks, of Robert Mueller's team there resetting Peter Strzok and Lisa Page's iPhones. Let's see, what do I want to do? Do I want to do the phone reset? Yeah, do the master reset. All right. Now, that won't hurt the stuff. No, it won't hurt a thing. Do the master reset. So I'm going to do the master reset. Okay, there it is. Boom. Wiped clean. Clean as beach bit. Bit. For wiping servers clean. Boom. Master reset. Good. Hey, can you get me those Strzok text? I sure can. Oh, they're gone. Not one word. Now, the President of the United States is being taken, I mean, he is being blistered in the media for going after them, okay? Dictatorship. 3 hours this morning. Now, maybe on Fox they throw a little in. Why? Because that's where conservatives go for comfort food. All right? That's where they got fries. They got fries there, okay? And you want fries. When you feel down and out, you want to run in and get fries, okay? And that's Fox. So they may have mentioned it, but you're not going to hear it on ABC, CBS, CNN. None of the 30-second, so if you're going down the road this morning and you're listening to the news and you listen to your radio and, and next is the phrase that pays. And if you come in with the third song, if you can name this next song and you're the 12th caller with the phrase that pays and you're more interested in that, you can win $200 of Christmas cash. Yeah, there's more people excited about getting the phrase that pays on a radio station than being the 8th caller. Top of the hour. It's the ABC News. Top of the hour. 17 Trump investigations are going on by the same time, at the same place, with the same guy, Donald Trump. 69% of American people say Donald Trump lies about Russia. Only 38% of the people say they would vote for the president again. Now back to your DJ. Okay, we're back to the phrase that pays. Nowhere on the top of the hour are you going to hear anywhere or any bites. Hey, here it is. ABC News, top of the hour. Just in, you remember the guy and the lady that said they wanted an insurance policy against Donald Trump? Well, the Mueller investigation team accidentally did a master reset on their telephones and wiped out 19,000 of their text messages. Now, moving right along. No. Nowhere, okay? Nowhere. Do you hear that? Sorry about that, folks. Nowhere. Nowhere do you hear Comey went and met with Obama 2 weeks before inauguration. Nowhere do you hear all the layout of what they were doing right up to the point of the inauguration. Nowhere do you hear that they were possibly looking to try to get the Supreme Court to deem him the illegitimate president and stop the inauguration. No, you don't hear that. But Donald Trump is telling you, less than unfair news coverage and Dem commercials should be tested in court. Can't be legal. Only defame and belittle. What's collusion? The question mark collusion? I bring that to you every single day. Let's go to number 2. Number 2. Would you vote for Trump's re-election? 38%. Definitely or probably. 38%. Now, the good news in that was the 38% that said definitely and probably the first time. So I've always said on the show, if he gets 38%, but definitely or probably not is as high as 52%. Yeah, what time is that? 3:01 a.m. That means 5 o'clock in the morning. They're coming right out of the box. Number 3. The Washington Post, mounting legal threats surround president. Surround. Do you understand surround? Mounting legal threats surround Trump as nearly every organization he led is under investigation. Do you understand surround? Well, I don't know if you played Cowboys and Indians or if you were Wrangler Jane when you were little. But last I looked, surround is surrounded. I'm telling you, that's the message they just put out. Trump, you need to realize you're surrounded. I know you're looking at me and saying, is that what you get out of that? Yes. Yes. Trump, you're surrounded. That's the message. I'm not being bleak. I'm telling you the damn truth. It can never happen again. How dare you try to be president of the United States? How dare you attempt it? This can never happen again. Only a real politician that has spent his life, his or her life, in the political field. You did not go to the Carl Vinson School of Government over at UGA. How dare you? You didn't go to the school. You did not see the PowerPoint presentations. You were not groomed all the way through. What the hell does this mean? I'm going to tell you something. Now you get me all damn worked up, okay? Let me tell you something. And it's not a knock. It's every damn state in the United States. You go out and you can become the city council. Boom, boom, boom. I'm just a member of the city council. I'm going to run on lower taxes, picking up your garbage on time, and fixing the water leaks in town. I'm going to get this done, that done. I'm going to be your county commissioner. I'm going to roll back taxes. I'm going to put a star up to that bloated budget. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. I'm going to make sure we're a conservative county. And then what happens? You get hit with the tranquilizer. You get a shot in the ass with a dog tranquilizer. Because all these people run for these little offices and they're gung-ho and they're going to do this and that. But that's where they start their political career. Look at these guys. Go all the way back. Well, at one time he was mayor. At one time he was a state representative. 2 counties. He was state representative. He was a state rep in his state, and then he moved on and became representative. Because what happens? Now, in the state of Georgia, you go to the Carl Vinson. Look it up. Don't trust me, damn it. Look it up. You go to the Carl Vinson School of Government. No SH. You fill in the blanks. You go there. And then when you go there, you get more money. So if you become a commissioner in the state of Georgia, you get it costs $3,500, and then you get paid $1,200 a year because you're certified now. Came home with a ribbon, all right? But that's where they teach you not to get all worked up. And that's where they teach you how to filter through. Now, I swear to God, you need to listen to this, okay? That's where they teach you how to filter us, the people. They do a whole class on, hey, when the people come after you and say, you campaigned on this and you campaigned on that. All right, they teach you there. And then every year, go and look. I'm not knocking anybody. But go look, Brian Kemp. Look it up. Brian Kemp speaks at a leadership conference at the Carl Vinson School of Government in Athens. That's where all the newbies are. That's where all the indoctrination starts for these. And they have different levels. If you've been elected to county commissioner, if you've been elected to state representative, state senator, no matter what the hell you are, they got the different classes to bring you along. You see, Trump never took the damn class. You're not catching on. He never took the classes. He never worked through. Let me tell you something, by time somebody goes to Washington, D.C. as a member of the House, you're going to say, well, our representative was a Tea Party candidate, and he was never in government. And he just came out there and said, man, I'm running against the establishment, and that's what our representative is. Oh, would he happen to be like, let's say, Tom Graves? Is that who your candidate would be? Remember when he was a Tea Party man? And he was all the way, and he was in, and he was boom, boom, boom. Go look at how liberal Tom Graves is today. He's in. He took the damn classes. You got a choice. You better look at me right back as I look in the camera. If you get elected to anything, you take the damn classes. If you don't take the damn classes, you're in trouble. And if you don't follow the rules, you're in trouble. So the man on the screen, mounting legal threats surround Trump's at nearly every organization. He won't take the classes. He's living under the illusion of common sense. I'm not bleak. Russia is winning, number 4. Number 4, you can look this up on Axios. Russia is winning. Read the article. I read the article. Go to Axios.com. Not right now, damn it, but in a minute or two. Go to Axios.com. Russia is winning. What did I tell you Friday? I said Putin's sitting there. What did I tell you? I told you this Friday and Monday morning. It's right here on your screen. And I'm the downer? Hell no, I'm just telling you the truth. The divide in this country. Russia's sitting back and what I say, quote, this guy's sitting there every time you look at him with his SHU fill in the blank eating grin, right? And I had to apologize for it, but he's sitting there with his grin every time, man. He's got the Democrats over here, the Republicans over here, the Christians over here, the Muslims over here, the preachers over here, the transvestites over here, the rednecks over here, those with education, those without education, those with teeth, those with no teeth. Everybody's divided. The guy is winning. Number 5. One big thing, Russia is winning. And there's an article I'm going to bring up, we're going to talk about in a minute. Okay? So what did they need at the border? Why, all they needed at this time was what? A kid to die. Number 8. I can't pronounce the kid's name. I mean, forget all the kids in America. Forget our kids. Forget the kids that are that have addicted, fentanyl-addicted parents, heroin in this country, opiate addiction. Forget our kids. Forget our kids that die. Forget our kids that are sick. This poor little girl got the flu. They needed this. This is all they were waiting for. This 7-year-old to die. Why, hell, we had a kid. We had the media down. I'm glad she posed for her picture. All right? It's terrible, right? Come on. We went down there. We had Trump. You know, if Trump would stop, Trump goes down there and he rips some kid from a mother's arms, and oh my God, and then they push the 8-month-old kid under the wall. Oh my God, they push him under the wall. Now, this is what we've been waiting for. We needed this kid to die. It's sickening. It's absolutely sickening in this country that we have a collusion of media that could not wait for this child to die. I'm sorry. Let's just keep this damn thing going, all right? Let's go to number 10. This is actually not my Michael Cohen. I'll have to rename this one, okay? We're going to get him in the next segment. Michael Cohen may testify to Congress again. Let's see. Incoming House Oversight Chair says he'd like to see Cohen in January. Wait a minute. I said you haven't seen nothing yet. Huh. And he wants to see Cohen in January. Why, they think that the President of the United States could be, what are they saying? He could be compromised. And the only way for us to know that he's not compromised, we need to see his Deutsche Bank records. Because Deutsche Bank is the #1 bank in the world, should be a commercial, that washes and launders Russian money, right? So we need to see the Deutsche Bank records for Trump. And we need to see his tax returns. Because Adam, piece of shiftless, okay, and the new ranking member of the House Judiciary Committee, Jerry Nadler, need to really know comfortable, and the American people need to know. You know, they keep coming on and say, it's the American people need to know if their president is compromised by the Russian government, and more things that are happening. Forget the Mueller investigation. We don't have the collusion. We need to know if he's compromised by the Russian government. I'm just telling you, I don't think you've seen nothing yet. And my hope is that the President of the United States is there for 6 more years. And this is the battle that we knew we were going to get into. We knew this battle was coming. We knew this battle was coming. We've said it day in and day out. We're in a war. I've got the tape. Let's go to another one here. Okay. Number 12. Giuliani in Giuliani in cleanup mode for Trump over the McDougal and the porn star there, Stormy Daniels. All right. Trying to discredit claim hush payments were campaign contributions, okay? What did I say Friday on the show? You would think this is CNN, man. This is 2:04 in the morning. I mean, this is 2:04, meaning it's 5 a.m. I mean, this is right out of the box stuff. This is first thing on the list kind of stuff. This is what they think is top of the list. You would think these 2 women held nuclear codes for Russia or Kim Jong-un. You really would. You would think that they had control, that we captured the 2 women or the two women that have control of nuclear submarines that Vladimir Putin is putting in Venezuela. He's opening a base. By the friggin' way, damn it, media, do you know Vladimir's putting a base in Venezuela, a permanent base? That could be like 5 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? That down in Venezuela, where everything else, when everything else fails, and the whole thing and the socialist government collapses, instead of America coming in and taking over, hey, guess what? We're going to have a permanent military Russian base in Venezuela. Maybe that is the 5 o'clock. They treat these two women, all right? They treat these two women like they are the Russians maneuvering, you know, tanks in the place for an attack. Oh, by the way, let's just throw this in for good measure. Number 13, Stephen Miller. Okay. They brought out Stephen Miller, the little Jew. I love when they bring the little Jew out. I love the guy. I think he's great. I think they ought to bring the little Jew out more often. You know what really got me over the whole interview? Here's the whole thing, all right? I love it. I love it. I don't know. Am I the only one that picks up on this stuff? The little Jew comes up. Don't get mad at me. Damn it, he's Jewish, okay? So the little Jew comes up and he sits there, and the first thing he says to the lady is like, you know, he says, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. And she has to, on CBS, on Face the Nation, she has to look back and say, Merry Christmas to you too. I'm shocked you're a Jew. I was looking for a happy Hanukkah. Or, you know, hey, whatever. Mazel tov, right? But no, he says, Merry Christmas. The little Jew. I had to throw it in for measure. Throw it in for measure. Here we go, number 14. Trump's inauguration fund and super PAC said to be scrutinized for illegal foreign donations. No, not the Hillary Clinton camp, not the Clinton Foundation. No, not the Clinton Foundation that made some serious donations to the foundation as some things were going on and being approved while Secretary of State. No. Number 15, Attorney General, New Jersey Attorney General probes Trump. Way too much probing. I mean, I think we need a little less on the probing stuff. New Jersey Attorney General probes Trump golf club after undocumented maids claim racially charged harassment threats. Undocumented maids, racially charged harassments. Racially charged. What would they call them? And then, you know, NBC at 4:03 in the morning. No, this ain't collusion, right? No. Washington Post, you're surrounded. We got you. You're surrounded. All you got to do is hit Marine One. Throw up the peace sign like Nixon did. Do it like this. And do I am not a crook. You don't have Trump to kick around anymore. So here is number, at 4:03 in the morning, you look, this is number 16, and we'll take it to break. Okay? Investigation into Trump. Investigations, plural, into Trump. Russia interference in the 2016 campaign and obstruction. Okay? Nothing. Hush money payments. All right? Inaugural committee spending. Trump's misuse of charity funds. Misuse of charity funds. Was that Trump or was that Hillary? Was that Trump or was that Bill? You got that? Let's see. Who's got that? Who's got that Clinton? Who's got that Clinton Foundation credit card? I'm running out of essential oils. Honey, give me 3 bottles of essential oils over there. Yeah, put it on this Clinton Foundation credit card. Honey, rub that on me real quick here. All right? And every time you do, just say, thank you, Hillary. Thank you, Hillary. That turns me on when you say, thank you, Hillary. Yeah, Trump's misuse of charity funds. I'll do some more Bill Clinton later. I don't know if it was any good or not, but I like it. Foreign payments and an emoluments clause. There's one you look up this afternoon, start studying. And defamation lawsuit over sexual harassment claims. There's just 6. So let's go here. There's an article I want you to read. Not right now. I tell you what, if you read it right now, I will be ticked, okay? But this is what they're doing. Now there's a website called Wired, W-I-R-E-D, Wired, okay? And you have to have a guy like me and Garrett M. Graff, okay, put out an article this morning at 5 a.m. And the article is a complete guide to all 17. It's a complete guide. I mean, it's not a minimal. It's not a little. It's a complete guide to all 17 known Trump and Russian investigations. Okay? And it goes down through here, and it starts with number 1, investigations by the special counsel, the Russian government's election attack. Okay? And then it's got number 2, WikiLeaks. Number 3, Middle Eastern influence. Hey, did you sign up for our frequent customer discount card? All you Saudi Arabians or little guys with towels on your head, did you? If you've got your discount cards, you can get 300 rooms at Trump Tower. 300 rooms, 20% off. But you got to use your discount card. Just saying. Saudis, Middle Eastern influence, buying up those heavy discounted hotel Trump Tower rooms or whatever, okay? 4, Paul Manafort's activities. You can read that one. The Trump Tower Moscow project. Other campaign and transition contacts. Other campaign and transition contacts with Russia. Just obstruction of justice, campaign conspiracy, investigations by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, campaign conspiracy, and Trump's organization finances, okay? Inauguration funding, Trump super PAC funding, foreign lobbying. Did I just sound like foreign lobbying? Did I just sound like the categories on Jeopardy? Did I? You can pick. Okay. Yeah. Maria Bartania, the NRA. That's the Russian woman. I can't pronounce. It was a spy. The number 13. I'll have to try that one later. Turkish influence. Okay. The tax case. Investigations by the New York City and New York State and other state attorney generals, tax case. Let's say it's number 16, the Trump Foundation, state of New York. A monuments lawsuit, number 17. Mystery investigation underway by unknown office. There's a mystery. There's the mystery. There's the Daily Double. Can we do the sound? Here is the Daily Double, right? Mystery investigation underway by unknown office. Redacted case. A second redacted Flynn investigation could be one of the other investigations mentioned here, could represent another as yet unknown unfolding criminal case, or could be counterintelligence investigation that will never become public. I'm your host, BKP. Trump, what they're saying is if you will just leave, okay? What they're saying, and they say, folks, I know you Trump supporters, but what they try to tell you is Trump was running for president of the United States as the greatest branding exercise in the world. They're trying to tell you this morning that Trump was trying to pull off the greatest branding. If he would have just lost by like 2%, then it wouldn't have been a big blowout, and he wouldn't have looked bad, and you would have said, well, we knew Hillary was going to win, and you would have said we couldn't overcome the machine, and we would have had all the reasons why Trump didn't win, okay? He didn't win and just fell a little bit short, but the brand, the Trump brand, would be so powerful now, and they call it the greatest branding exercise to ever fail. That's what they're calling it. We got you surrounded. I don't think I'm bleak. I'm just bringing it to you, baby. Just bringing it to you. Keeping it real. And this is what happened when keeping it real goes wrong. Take us a break.